Okay, so for the last negative rebuttal speech, I would like to begin with the idea that comparing the U.S. to other countries, because if we're going to start comparing wages to other countries, I would like to point out that according to Christopher Ingram, in an article called "What Does a 15 Minimum Wage Do to the Economy?" Economists are starting to find out. His main claim is that compared to other countries, the U.S. does not pay their workers a lot. And he states that the United States has one of the lowest minimum wages of any advanced democracy in the world. And those low wages are a factor in everything from rising income inequality to high child poverty rates to high rates of public spending on assistance programs for low-income families. So I think this evidence ties back into earlier points made in the argument about automation, outsourcing, and big businesses, because the idea that big businesses in the United States is going away at the expense of workers and their living conditions and their wages is absurd to me, because at the end of the day, the way these businesses run is by these workers, and they're the what make these businesses possible. So if you're only worried about your profit or your bottom line and not about the people who actually make your business run, then you have your priorities mixed up, because that's what we're debating here today pretty much, about that the minimum wage in the U.S. is a result of a lot of issues from big business and it results in a lot of other social issues like poverty. And so in a New York Times article titled "Dollars on the Margin" by Matthew Desmond, he makes the claim that poverty is the cause of many other problems and increasing wages can spur changes in other sectors. His main claim is that a $15 minimum wage is an antidepressant, a sleep aid, a diet, a stress reliever, and it shields children from neglect. But why? Because poverty can be unrelenting, shame-inducing, and exhausting. When people are stuck in the cycle of poverty, it's really hard to break free and to have a better life. And so just increasing the minimum wage and taking away the stress of where your next meal is coming from or how to pay for your rent can drastically change so many other aspects of your life that you wouldn't think of. And from that same article titled "Dollars on the Margin," from an interview with a doctor, the doctor stated that his patients, when they have a bit more money in their pockets, they exercise more, they are less stressed, they quit smoking, their mental health improves pretty dramatically, their sleep gets better, and they start eating healthier. And he says, doctor continues saying, "We will spend an incredible amount on new heart drug, but if we increased wages by $1, we'd save more lives." And this goes to show that increasing our wages is one of the beginning steps to helping end the cycle of poverty that plagues the country, and that big business should be the second priority to people and workers and our living conditions. And I'd just like to end with the idea that, as with everything, there will be benefits to some and consequences to others. And in the aspect of businesses, according to Natalie Kirtoff in an article I quoted earlier called "What Will a Higher Minimum Wage Do?" she states that 2 recent studies out of California and Washington, which are both well on their way to a $15 floor, show just how hard it is to pin down exactly how businesses respond to higher labor costs. And I'd like to end with this, because some businesses will care about paying their workers more to get better living conditions for them, and then others, like the affirmative side suggests, will just outsource to different countries because they don't care. So at the end of the day, the business isn't what matters, it's what matters about the people and how they're living and how we can improve their lives.